Okay, so let's go over what can be the trickiest example of basic algebraic operations. So it has to do with fractions. And if we're trying to solve for x in these examples, the fraction just usually gives students trouble. What's important, however, is to, one, not panic, and two, look at the denominator that you're dealing with. So in the first example, we're dealing with 3. That is going to give you the information that you need to find this solution. And what we do is when you do algebraic operations across an equal sign, what you do to one side, you must do to the other. And so the denominator is 3 in this case, which means we multiply both sides times 3. And this allows us to cancel out the fraction, in this case on the left side of the equal sign. And we're left with 4x after that. And on the right side, we still have this 8 times 3, and that comes out to 24. And then from here, students don't generally have trouble. The 4x and the 24, you can see that you divide both sides by 4, which leaves you with an answer of x is equal to 6. Now, the one on the bottom looks even more complicated, but it's still the same operation. So we still want to look at it and look at what the denominator happens to be. So in this case, the denominator is 2. Now, the numerator is more complicated. It's an expression that has 2 terms. It's 3x plus 1. But we're still going to start in the same place. And we're still going to use that information from the denominator, the 2, to decide what we multiply both sides times. And when we do that, again, on the left side, the 2 cancels out the denominator. And yes, we are left with something a little more complicated on the left. This doesn't change. The 2 does not distribute to the numerator. It cancels out the denominator, and then you're just left what was on top with of the fraction. And so in this case, that was 3x plus 1. And on the right side, we now have 20. And now we can subtract 1 from both sides to end up with 3x is equal to 19. This isn't going to be a nice, even answer, but the correct answer nonetheless is 19 divided by 3. And so that's how you approach these problems. You look at the denominator, and that gives you the information that you need to multiply both sides by in order to find your solution.